Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the Popaganda tricks Obese Bunny. Obese Bunny tricks the kids, healthy rabbits don't eat the tricks. This is an excellent source of childhood diabetes. This vinyl figure obviously is a spoof of the Trix rabbit made famous from the Trix cereal box. It says free lucky amputated rabbit's foot in every box. On the side of the box, I'll diet when I'm dead. It says this is from the Serial Killer series. Comes to us also at the top there, also Faker. And funny thing on the side of the box, serving size 1 cup. And then it says saturated fat, plenty, trans fat, fair amount, polysaturated fat, lots, monosaturated fat, lots, cholesterol, plenty, sodium, ample, potassium, 0%, total carbohydrate, tons, dietary fiber, none, sugars, plenty, other carbohydrates, a lot. Ingredients, cartoon colored rainbow excrement, sugar, high fructose corn syrup, trisodium phosphate, yellow dye number 40. And on the other side, it's basically the same thing on either side. And then on the side, Tricky, the Obese Bunny, designer sculpture by Ron English, 2015. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up, but when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Trix Obese Bunny. Don't go anywhere, guys. There's more heading your way. Stay tuned. With the amount of packaging, let's get a better look at Tricky, the Obese Bunny. Well, he certainly lives up to the name obese. Look at the obese size of this rabbit, especially when it comes to his back end. In fact, his back end is so big in the way it's been sculpted out, he sometimes can be a little hard to get him to properly stand. I think Ron English delivers, again, another stellar. This is, I think, Spot's 3rd or 4th Serial Killers figure that we had a look at. We also had a look at, I'm trying to think of the other one. There was Tony the Tiger, which wasn't quite Tony the Tiger. And I think there was also Cap and Crunch that we had a look at. So maybe there was 3. And I love these guys. There's not really much in the way of posability. In fact, it seems like Trix here, or Tricky, has the least amount of articulation from the figures that we've had a look at. Generally, they have posability in the arms, or at least, for that matter, posability in the head. Tricky doesn't seem to have that because he relies so heavily on his sculpt. The sculpt kind of is, I'm not really sure the sculpt, he's almost excited, like he's going to be having another bowl of sweet, sugary cereal. It's also interesting to note, too, that he's already lost a tooth, which, sadly, if you get really extreme cases of diabetes, stuff like that is a familiar sight, sadly. Luckily, he still has both arms, both legs, and he still has his tail intact, but it's only a matter of time that the big sad D's start creeping in, and maybe, unfortunately, Tricky here will be losing a little more than 1 tooth. But the sculpt is quite nice, and the black lining that they've put for the eyebrows, as well as the black on the pupils here, really makes the figure stand out. On normally an already white figure, there's not really a lot of coloring other than the mouth and the nose and those little areas of black. So really, a lot of that makes the figure stand out, even though the majority of him is just all white. On the other side, we've got Ron English 2015 Trix Rabbit Serial Killers series. It's also a good size, too. It's not overly big, it's not overly small, and it's, you know, it's got a good size to it. It's not heavy either. The majority of the figure does feel like it could be somewhat hollow, but it's dense. It's not like a very squishy, hollow fabrication. Really like this piece. I'm trying to actually think of which one is my favorite. I did really like the Tony the Tiger, but the Tricky Rabbit here also will be sitting up on the shelf along with the other Serial Killers, you know, vinyl figures. Today's collectible spot, we were looking at the Ron English 2015 Tricky the Obese Rabbit. It's okay, man. It's okay. Just lay off the sugary snacks. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have even more collectible spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.